Welcome to Bickering Over Board Games, where we talk about trends in board gaming and how we feel about them. So the theme for the blender this week is games with themes that are so over the top and cheesy and ridiculous that they add to the fun. And before we get into it, we should just address that we don't have our usual high-tech professional recording equipment. We're using a phone, but next blender we're gonna have a brand new camera, and the quality. We're going places. We're moving up. Some of the, I don't want to say cheesy, but most over-the-top themes that we have.
Where the theme adds to the fun, because it's just so...
So we're our Kickstarter games, right? So one that I definitely wanted to talk about was World Championship Russian Roulette. And the reason why I want to talk about this is because thematically, first of all, I mean, we've done a review of this, and we love this game as a party game. If you're okay with the theme and you like the art, it's a nice party game that has bluffing without your whole normal social deduction thing. The theme is certainly divisive. I'm not sure if I would say it's cheesy, but it's definitely not neutral.
Yeah, and I would say, I mean, speaking of Kickstarter games, that Barker's Row, which we recently got,
this is
kind
also
of
a
has...
Kickstarter game.
Well, I don't know. I don't keep track of that stuff. But this is more that theme that may not be for everybody.
Well, actually, this is funny. This is like a theme that, I mean... So apparently a barker is somebody that's trying to attract people into a carnival. Which,
I don't think it's for everyone. I mean, the artwork, some of it is, I mean, I think it's beautiful, but I guess that if you have, like, a weak stomach and don't want to see, like, you know, a ghost girl or a man with a claw.
They're not that ridiculous.
No, they aren't.
But I think the bigger thing is that there's a part of the game where you're literally a barker and you're like, come see the hair-raising, tremendous, I don't think stupendous is one, but you know what I'm saying? Like, because it's a, is it a trick-taking game?
No, it's a set collecting game.
It's a set collecting. There's a trick-taking element where basically, in order to get more rubes, you have to have bigger attractions by chaining these adjectives together by suit. And some people really hate games that make them talk out loud or like perform,
silly,
right?
Yeah,
and
which I don't normally like, but I love it in this game.
Because you're a barker, which I didn't know what a barker was, but
like,
I hate
the acting out in, I mean, not that Cranium is a game, but there's, when it just seems
Cranium's
like...
a game. It's
where it just seems like you're, or what's that one game we play? Yeah, like...
It's also a game,
where you're just like, why am I doing this? But this, you don't have to think about it. You want to yell out those things.
It works surprisingly well. It's not as light as it seems at first.
No.
Another game where you're acting is another Kickstarter. I saw this in Kickstarter and I was like, party game about pharmaceuticals where you make weird drugs that have weird side effects and then your teammate has to pitch them and he doesn't know what they are. Sign me up.
Yeah.
It's actually a really good game.
It is.
It's a little heavy for a party game.
So it doesn't come to the table as much as I think both of us would like, because if we're playing party games, it's usually with our friends that want, you know, to perhaps stack cats.
So look, it's you.
Oh, cute.
I'm gonna probably have to edit this out.
Why?
It's our cat. I don't know about cheesy, but it's definitely a ridiculous theme.
It's like Jenga, but with
cats.
Yeah. Oh.
The point is, a lot of these are Kickstarters, and I think that there's a reason for that. I love that Kickstarter, we've talked about this a little bit in other blenders, Kickstarters allow people with nothing but a song in their heart and a dream in their dream to make a game about whatever it is that they want to make a game about. I think that's great. I mean, I don't know about cheesy. I'd like to see more cheesy themes, personally.
And I'm really excited to see heavier games taking on kind of unique, fun themes. We recently played Dino Island, which it's not so much the dinosaurs that are the unique part, but it's the 90s theme.
Well, no, the dinosaurs are unique, but the cheesiness is the way in which it's stylized, which is this 90s era, like extreme Doritos, like the dinosaurs are pink. The
slap bracelet for the first player token.
Yeah, and it works. I think it makes the game more fun. But again, it's like, if you like that kind of thing, which I'm a fan of a non-neutral theme and design, you know?
Honestly, when we heard of this theme, the first game that both of our minds went to is French Maids, that we so endearingly call it.
So it's we call it Naughty Maids.
Oh.
It's a
Which
Japanese
really fair to them.
game. No, they're in a position of vulnerability.
Yeah.
It's a Japanese game with a French-made theme and Italian name?
Maybe. Our friend who speaks Italian was over the other night, and he could roll his R beautifully when he said.
And apparently he said this is, much heart?
Yeah.
Many hearts or something?
And this game was surprisingly heavier than I thought it was going to be.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. And, I couldn't take it seriously until we actually started playing it, and we had a ton of fun.
It's actually a pretty good game. Like, I would say it's better than your average deck builder.
Yeah.
It's a game that, if it wasn't so silly, it would be offensive, and I could understand if it was offensive for somebody, because what you're doing is, like, a bad thing. In real life. But of course, so much of...
Giving young girls a home off of the street and offering them love?
Abusing your power for your own gain. Yeah, I mean, but then again, so many games are about things which in real life are bad. You know, like, it's not good to kill people, but in so many of our games, that's featured prominently.
Yeah, you want there to be a variety of different themes. Everything from stacking cats, which I think you would be hard-pressed to find someone who found that theme anything but just, like, cute and silly, to Russian roulette.
But if you didn't like cats...
Yeah. Maybe then you would like it, because you'd be like, I'm torturing them. I hate cats.
But they look so happy.
And so, yeah, I think that there's enough room for more games that are silly and fun, but
I would
also
like to see more
are
silly
heavy
things.
and challenge you mentally
Yeah.
while having fun is
I think that's
great balance.
That's a good thing to point out. I think that a lot of the silliest games are in the lightest packages. And
I mean, at the end of the day, aren't all games kind of silly?
on that note, cheers.
Cheers.